Hello, this is your host Jasco, and this is Exploring Environments, a series in which we explore the environments of games to see what is hidden in plain sight. Today, we're doing the game Resident Evil 3, so let's get started. Inside Jill's apartment, I found these books on the shelf next to her bed that are the same exact books that were found in Resident Evil 2. You'll see a lot of duplicates in this game. I'm guessing they use the same assets from Resident Evil 2 because they wanted to save time, so... Inside the same room, we have this abstract painting that shows two buildings on one on each side, and it's supposed to be a reflection on a rainy day. There's this cool board that I found in the corner of Jill's room. The first thing I want to look at is this newspaper clipping down here on the left. The top black part says, "Teenagers charged with murder after dead bodies of a whole family found in an isolated private house in the suburbs." Which has nothing to do with the story below, but that's a crazy story, right? The bottom one's kind of cut off, but it says, "Investigation of human eating case stalled." It's like the first signs of the zombie virus showing up in Raccoon City. The top left has a Raccoon City sports team logo, which I think Jill went to, so that's why you're going to see this all over the apartment, that she has these stickers placed. This is either an award given to Jill for her work at the RPD or a certification for entry into the police force. But the interesting thing here is the signature at the bottom, signed by Brian Irons, which is the police chief of the RPD police station. The biggest thing in this room is this giant investigation board that Jill has set up in her room. And some of these pictures are really interesting. Number 4 up there looks like a tick of some kind. Is actually a microscopic bug, or I guess a parasite. I'm guessing they found this near the Umbrella facility in the water, but I'm just going off where it is on the map. Bottom right here we have another parasite that looks like a swimming type of parasite because of the way its body is structured. I'm guessing they found this on another body or in the bottom of the river down there on the map. I'm not really sure. I can't really tell. I'm just going off, like I said, off this map and where the picture's placed. Above that picture is a picture of a guy, and it looks like he's being arrested or escorted off, possibly on some kind of scandal. So he might be connected to the Raccoon Police Department and Umbrella. So maybe he was paid or bribed in some way. And the scientist up here in the top right, next to the Umbrella building, is the doctor, Annette Birkin. Basically the lady in Resident Evil 2 that was helping Leon and Claire Redfield. No idea who the left person next to her on her right shoulder is. I don't know why I described it that way. Could have just said picture to the left. I don't know who that is. I think it's Irons or maybe some Umbrella exec. I can't find any information about that, so it's up in the air. Over here we have like a zombie on the right. On the left it looks like a mole rat, a body in a bag, some guy in a containment suit. No idea. The bottom picture, I cannot figure out what that is. It's too dark to really tell, so whoever took the photo needs to be fired. These bottom few pictures, the top one looks like a bunch of people on top of stretchers with nurses all around them. I think they took a picture of the Spanish flu when it was going around, and this is what that picture is, and they're just reusing it for this game. And on the bottom left, we have scientists experimenting on a body or helping a body. Can't really tell, but I don't know how they got that picture and weren't spotted. This looks like a clean lab they're working in, so they would have had security there. So I guess they wanted that picture leak. Or maybe a scientist was working there, he took it. Picture number 7 is like a rash on a body. That's all I can get from that. Possibly from the T virus or G virus or any of the other alphabets. And the Raccoon Times picture is a article from the African National Congress when it got unbanned, which apparently were different from the government based on majority rule. They were outlawed in 1960. And leaders imprisoned, and then I think in 1990 they were released. This box has a bunch of random letters and numbers on them, and they're in order. It looks like a bunch of words, right? But this is the first instance where I think they're using AI to fill in stuff. And I could be reaching here, but it looks exactly how AI would make fake images. Like, you know, the letters will be kind of blurred. So, just want to show you a close lookup of that. So coupon on Moon's Donuts. We're going to get back here later when we go actually to the store. And I got some things to say about the selection there. I'm going to leave it at that. The sticker is Kendo's gun store, which operates on the same street where the police station is. The garage, I should say. But this guy points a gun at Leon and at Jill when he meets them. So I'll show images on the screen so they know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I didn't know he sold his own stickers. Or maybe this is custom made. It looks pretty mediocre. It might be custom made. I thought this is cool because this place lets you order 2 pizzas and you get 1 for free. At least that's what I think it says behind that poster. Or behind that piece of paper. In the bathroom, in Jill's bathroom, there's this bathtub with a bunch of cracks in it. And I'm not sure if this is an intentional design by the game makers or if they took like a different texture and like stretched it over like a t-shirt. Or they modeled it in different pieces or something and they put it together. Next to Jill's bed, on the nightstand, there's a bunch of drugs it looks like she's taking to get over the... I'm guessing she's having nightmares after the Arkley incident in Resident Evil 1. On her actual bed, we see prison files. And when I zoomed in, I could see like the first name that says like... It starts with the letter C. The second name or the last name is a letter B or an L. I can't really read it. But this comes from the Bureau of Prisons. And she's investigating someone. I'm not really sure, so if I could figure that name out, we can get a clue to where she's going with this case. Writing on the whiteboard, it says August 7. I think it's like a day-to-day for Jill. It says warm up and something ideology, maybe study ideology, but it's a P, so I have no idea. I'm thinking it's a day-to-day, because warm up doesn't make any sense otherwise. On the floor here we see a evidence folder that says Brian Irons. Looks like Jill's investigating the police chief for, I'm guessing, connections to Umbrella or maybe some missing people or something like that. I think this one's like a escape room of some kind, game of tag, or maybe it's a movie. I'm not really sure. It could be a game. I think this is an oversized police car, but I'm not really sure just yet. I'll show you some more in the future references, but for now, I'm going to leave it up to me imagining things. These 4 movie posters caught my eye. The movie on the left, Disaster, I think it's a reference to aliens or something like that. The Mars Charlize's Off Day, I'm not sure what that is. Bad Luck Game, maybe Cabin in the Woods, that's the closest thing I can think of. Air Combat 1942, I think this is Top Gun because it says Tommy Clooney right there, which is Tom Cruise plus George Clooney's name. Looks like where Nemesis was dropped from the air. You're wondering, how do I know he was dropped? Well, the impact crater, it suggests he hit the ground. The truck next to it looks like it was hit as well when it came down. He burst through the top part and came out. And at the beginning of the game, we actually see the scientists loading him onto the helicopter. And I'm guessing that's where he got dropped out of. I was looking around and I guess my sound was broken. I turn around and I see these dogs, I guess, trying to attack me. And they can't figure out that they could just easily climb through that hole right there and get me. I guess the developers didn't think of that, or this was just like a quickly put together part. Around the same area, you find a zombie with a rebar poking out his side, and I was just trying to figure out how did he land on this. Like the vehicles around him, none of them look like they hit him. He didn't just fall out of the sky. Why is there rebar through his stomach? Here's another case of the oversized cars. I'm just starting to think that Jill's really short, because almost every car I run into, she's way shorter than the top of the car. Some cool movie posters I came across. These 2 posters seem to be references to the Terminator series. these two posters, Sudden Death Bowling, doesn't sound that interesting, and Wolf of the Battlefield. And I was just trying to look at his gun, and I cannot figure out the model, what I'm looking at. I don't think that's an actual gun. It looks like a bison with some kind of assault weapon. Back there in the stock, it looks like he has a stock with a handle as well. I have no idea how you hold that. In a train station, there's actually a duplicate on the rules of conduct. It says no physical violence towards other passengers twice. Dinobites seems to be a M&M ripoff, or I guess not ripoff, a reference I should say. Poster on the left, Jim's Crabs, which apparently sells lobster, but the one on the right, Silence Form with Dr. Light and Dr. Willy, actually a reference to Mega Man. Dr. Albert W. Willy is the arch nemesis to Mega Man, and Dr. Thomas Light, or Thomas Wright if you're Japanese, is the one who created Mega Man. On the left is just a Japanese restaurant, and on the right some creepy ass clown. I don't know what the selling point is in the clown. It's just party, party, party. But there you go. Astro Crunch still on the left is like a cereal box for 22 ounces is like $4.99, which is a pretty good deal because the today's prices, 18-ounce boxes, most of the cereal comes in, it's about like what, $2, $3. Well, on the right, it's like it's not really a reference. It's just maybe someone won a contest and got their art put in this game, or maybe it's an in-game contest. You have the comic book things on the right, which you have the Mega Man, and I'm not sure if any of these other ones have any reference to, but they're all comics, and it doesn't tell you where to buy the comics. It's just a poster of comics. So, but the bigger thing is the Big E thing. It's looks like a rock band that's coming to Raccoon City for one night only. Back home, apparently they're from here. Inside the train, there's this poster that shows a shopping location. I'm guessing a tech-based shopping location, judging by the alien in the headphones. This poster inside the subway train seems to be selling worn-out tees, which is weird. It's like worn-out jeans, maybe a look, but they could be also selling second-hand clothing. Remember those magical sprays that you spray on yourself when you're hurt? Well, apparently in this universe, it's just a normal thing that you spray on yourself. Thought it was a gameplay thing, but no, this magical spray, which I think maybe knowing this world Umbrella made, with their parasites and viruses, somehow perfected regeneration. This photo up in the subway entrance, I think is the Kite Brothers that own the railway, giving an award to the, looks like a church member for the, I'm not really sure honestly, something to do with the clock tower. There's a bunch of bodies outside the train station. It looks like people are getting packed up into the ambulance, deceased people. There are no like moving body bags, so I'm trying to figure out when the outbreak happened. But it looks like there was already a major body problem happening inside the Raccoon City premise. Yet again, we see the gas prices. I'm going to put the Resident Evil 2 gas prices here so we can compare the two. In the alley, we see this oversized trash bin. It looks like they took like an office bin and blew up the size to hold all these trash bags. And even if that's the normal size, the amount of strength you need to carry this, big wave bar, I can't find any references for this, but that's all I can figure out from that, the bar. Mega Man, which is inside the toy store, which it looks like they had action figures and helmets people could buy. Guessing they're celebrating some recent release. And Mega Man didn't come out recently in 1998, so I'm thinking this is the game Mega Man and Bass. That's probably it. This movie poster, or I guess card poster, Arthur in the special edition for the game made by Capcom, Ghosts and Goblins. Yeah, there is a case of oversized vehicles in this game, because this car is way too big. There's no way Jill is that short. I thought I was going insane the whole game until I found this car. Jill could probably stand in here. Maybe. Okay, probably not. but this car is way oversized. Rich Clothes, selling women special made clothing. Looks like they're selling dresses. Moon's Donuts, which has been open for apparently 60 years, since 1938, right before World War II. Inside the Redstone Pharmacy, we have a bunch of posters made by Umbrella showing the new formulas or them giving medicine to kids. It says making life better. This one shows that choose your medicine carefully, Umbrella on the left, generic on the right. And apparently they want you to call their helpline in order to pick which one's better for them. And clearly their helpline is just gonna try to guilt them in using Umbrella's products. You also have this nasty orange mint mouthwash. Like, what psychopath would use this flavor? In the back of the store, in the pharmacy store, brake fluid. I don't know why there's brake fluid back here. There's also spray cans. In the pharmacy store. Across the street is this cool pet shop, Eagle's Pet Shop. And the A and G don't look spaced correctly, which bothered me a lot. Inside the donut shop we saw earlier, we see a menu that says regular donuts, 20 cents per piece. Premium donuts, 35 cents per piece. What separates the premium donuts to regular donuts? What's the criteria? Sprinkles? And then on the right, we have donuts as a category. It says classic donuts, $1.25 for each donut. But I said earlier, for one donut regular price, it was like 25 cents. Or 20 cents, my bad. So is it $1.25 for each donut? Or is it 20 cents? Or is that a premium donut? What a premium donut is 35 cents. Do you see what I'm getting at? What's a confusing ass menu? I found this body of a Umbrella, looks like soldier. I don't know if it's the UBCS or the USS, because one of them wipes people out, the other one helps people out. So if we got a UBCS, which Carlos is part of, this is one of his team members who got killed. And if we got a USS, which I don't think this is, this fire hydrant isn't up to safety codes. Usually fire hydrants are on the streets, so fire engines could access them to put fires out. This one's in the alley behind a locked fence. I'm guessing this poster or picture references a 1971 Dodge Tradesman van advertisement. That's the closest thing I can find to what this is. Now, is this an advertisement or a warning sign? Because it has the colors of a warning sign, but the message of an advertisement. It also has electric symbols, like the oil's gonna electrocute you. When Jill gets infected by the insect thing, you can actually see the parasites when she throws up on the ground. When Jill's running through the sewers and she gets soaked in the liquid, if you think about it, that's actually human waste soaking you. Let that sink in. Woody Pan Products. I can't find any reference to what this is, and the only thing that comes up is frying pans for sale. This looks like those giant creatures, the salamander looking things, fell through this gate or broke through it. And it looks like someone put some cones here to warn people there's a hole here. So there were people working here when those things were still around. Across over there, where that pipe is, that's actually where Leon and Ada enter into the sewers, where the giant crocodile is. If we zoom in close enough, you can see that it's actually blocked off by a wall. How did this car get damaged that much? I don't see anything else that hit it. The barrel didn't hit the car in the back because there's damage to the side and the wheels bent, so no idea. Over there on the other side of this blockage is where Claire was heading to the orphanage, the basketball court. Right after you drop Brad, his mouth moves a little bit. But this could be the case for all the zombies. I haven't really looked, but I'm gonna say Brad's the only one to do this. Lots of sections of the police station are blocked off, like the upstairs door, the downstairs office's power is completely shut off, and the lion statue is covered over. The third floor wall that's broken in Resident Evil 2 is still up. We have no explanation to why it was destroyed in the first place. But the way it was destroyed, it looked like it was destroyed. Maybe Mr. X broke through it. Here's a picture of the STARS team. Should go through all the list of all the members. Edward Dewey, dead. Boris Spade, dead. Kenneth J. Sullivan, dead. Richard Aiken, dead. Albert Wesker, Barry Burton, alive. Brad Vickers, dead. And this one is Joseph Joe Kendo, and I think he left Raccoon City in order to go somewhere else, because in Resident Evil 4, I think Leon's handgun has Kendo written on it, and Kendo doesn't make it out of this city, so I'm guessing it's his brother. Enrico Morini, dead. Chris Redfield, he's alive. Jill Valentine, for playing as her. And Joseph Frost, dead. So, most of the members are dead. This newspaper box has a picture of the original zombie that turns around in Resident Evil 1. On this school bus, the wheel bump that's supposed to be inside the bus is not there. So the wheel bump would be showing inside the bus in order for the wheel to turn properly. But there's no bump there, so the wheel would physically not be able to turn. It's a cool ice cream menu I found, with strawberry and pineapple being the most expensive and vanilla being the cheapest. This sign shows Arkley Mountains, where is the location where the first Resident Evil took place. Inside the hospital, I think this is the most useless poster I've ever seen in my life. It's like, what do you see here? I don't know. What do I see there? This newspaper has the same two words written on there, large explosion, 2 times. This is one of the worst made Umbrella posters, drug information. It looks like the staff were feeding them peas. It's either a potato or bread, and some type of meat with gravy on it. This guy was out here sitting with a single half-filled paint can of green paint. And I don't know what he's going to try to paint, maybe this air conditioner for some reason, over this entire wall. This hunter in this room goes on, he just keeps hitting this doctor's body for like, I don't know, ever. I think he really hates that guy. These zombies are moving like slower frames in order to seem like there's more zombies in the background. This looks to be a USS soldier, because I think he came here to kill the doctor working here. He also fell out the window somehow with this giant briefcase, which I think is the reason he died. I think the briefcase fell on him. This is the window that USS soldier fell out of. And I think it could also be a case of the other creatures jumping through the window. The yellow tape, I have no idea where they came from. So my working theories are the USS soldiers broke through this window in order to kill the doctor in his office. 2, those creatures jumped through the window and killed everyone up here. And then the USS soldier fell out the window, running away. Or 3, USS soldiers are fighting those things in here and it got hit out the window. I found this cool sign that says danger. Keep distance, thanks. I haven't seen any signs in real life to say thanks for doing this. The kilograms are on the left side instead of the right, which makes me think this came from Europe, this shipment. So I'm guessing Umbrella's shipping things to its American counterparts. I'm guessing they're shipping either living creatures, or I guess dead in a sense, or they're shipping tyrants and the Nemesis project back to this facility. Or I guess the Tyrant was an American project, the Nemesis one was a European, so I guess they're shipping between each other in order to research. Just want to know why this railing has a fan on it. Not connected to any electrical thing. I guess it's to cool the people down on the lift. That's the only thing I can come up with. This box has a code on it from the energy department in Europe. Apparently this is grade A, and I don't know what that symbol is on the left. I think it's maybe it's like a capacitor or a fan. I know the one in the middle, the left symbol, is a solar power. This is the sun, and then the third one's a battery. I have no idea what the top left is. It's something energy based. This PC has an Umbrella logo, so I guess Umbrella's making their own PC builds. There's these small container boxes. It looks like live test subjects go in here. And we're probably shipped out to other facilities around the world. And I think that red vial on the side is maybe blood or some kind of nutrient for the return side. What I think happened here is the Umbrella soldiers dropped down through the roof there, or the ceiling, and shot these 3 scientists in the room, and then proceeded to go around the facility wiping everyone out. That's what it looks like, but the bullet hole theory, weirdly named because there's no bullet holes. I can't see any on the bodies or on the walls. So that's the only theory that makes sense since there's no affected around here. These black containers, or I guess bags, holding these bodies are actually Nemesis potential candidates, I guess, or they could be completed ones too. But they're part of the Nemesis project, and I'm guessing they might be awaiting the parasite from Europe that goes inside them, or they're already completed, they just have to be activated. It looks like this guy was a fan of Mega Man, and I think this is Nathaniel Bart's desk we're looking at right here. This facility is actually like a acid place where they dump the bio waste and specimens they were getting rid of in order to melt them down, and they go down the hole in the middle there, like a toilet of some sort. Well, that's it for this episode. It was kind of a long one. I tried to do the entire game in one episode this time instead of 2 parts. There's a lot of duplicates I had to filter out of this video because of the reused assets in this game from Resident Evil 2, but I hope you liked what you saw, and if you did, leave a comment or tell me what game you want to see me do next. I'm planning to do Resident Evil 4, the original. After that, I don't know. I'll see. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.